Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So typically my day here in the farm starts with some breakfast, and we'll have some bananas from our farm and with some tea. And so most of the time here, all the kitchen waste, the farm produce waste, we always put them in a compost pit, and then we make our own compost manure, and it helps in enriching our soil, and that's why we always have some good harvest, and we are able to do organic farming here in the village. So as a small scale organic farmer, it's very important to always be considerate on the crops you grow, or the vegetables that you grow, and at what time do you grow those vegetables. So here I always farm vegetables or crops that I consume them on a daily basis, and if they are in plenty, that's when I sell the vegetables or even the crops, especially beans, groundnuts, and sometimes even maize, and also bananas, because bananas here grow very fast and in plenty. So I had planted some tomatoes, like I think around 6 or 7 of them. And so today I want to add some Thai basil in between the tomatoes, because basil has a very distinct smell and it also helps in preventing pests. So I want to plant some more basil in my other tomatoes, and also it is very necessary to always prune your tomatoes early, so that they concentrate on production and also producing more leaves that will be able to create more flowers and more tomatoes. So today my son is the one that will be harvesting vegetables, and I'll be concentrating on other things in the farm, because today I have several things that I'm doing in the farm that if I start harvesting and then do them and the weather is not very conducive today, I will take a little bit longer. So you remember me planting the Thai basil in our pot, so it's already grown a little bit, and so today I want to transplant it and plant near the tomatoes. So from now on I'll be planting on the edges marigold, and also basil on the edges, and also oregano. It is very important to plant the herbs at the edges of your garden, either it is a raised bed garden or any other garden that you having in your home, so that they repel on pests. And that is one of the organic ways that we use here in our farm to prevent pests from destroying your crops. I have also started planting the marigold. So I've planted at the front part of the garden. And so here in our backyard, I've dropped some seeds at the edges of the farm, and they grow really fast. And marigold is one of the easiest natural pest control in your garden. Our broccoli have developed so many leaves, so that means it is a sign that soon they'll start forming the broccoli in between. And also I decided to plant broccoli in between other vegetables and herbs, so that they are not attacked by pests. And also the birds. The birds really love eating broccoli leaves because they are very soft. So today also I'll be doing some thinning in our carrots, because I've planted carrots here in 3 phases. They are these are the second phase. The first phase, they are remaining I think a month to mature. I can start harvesting. So these were the first phase of our carrots, and I did their thinning early enough, and they have started forming carrots below. So if it rains very well, we'll give them like a month and we can start harvesting. But now these are the second phase. I need to do thinning on them because they have started forming some carrots below, and if you delay, they will form very tiny and thin carrots. Now, these are the ones that I planted recently. They're like, I think 3 weeks or a month old, if I'm not wrong. So also these ones, I have been doing thinning when they were uh, very tiny. So it's easier when you do thinning when they are smaller because you do not tend to tamper with the other ones. So when you do thinning when they are a little bit smaller, the better. But also if they're in this size, you can also do thinning in them and they work perfectly when they start now forming the carrots. Yeah, like that. Yote maliza mpaka hiyo ingine. Lazima ujue kuchuna mboga. Yes, like that. Chuna uko mbele. Tunachuna sucha bado. Si hata sai. Ah, unapita. So I planted groundnuts like 2 months ago, and groundnuts also are the easiest crops to grow, especially if your soil is very conducive for groundnuts. So here we plant very tiny groundnuts. So the easiest way to maintain groundnuts is the moment they start flowering, you need to cover the flowers with soil. So that's what I'll be doing today. I want to cover some these groundnuts with soil, and also the other groundnuts that are in the other side of the farm. They need to be we need to weed them and then remove some weeds and then cover them with soil. So the moment you cover the flowers with soil, they are the ones that now produce groundnuts, and that's how you get groundnuts. Groundnuts are just gotten from flowers. The flowers are the ones that produce groundnuts. So anytime you see flowers, you need to cover your groundnuts so that you can have some good harvest at the end of your season. And I think birds here are very clever because even if I decided to put the tips, but now they tend to now come below the tips. I think now I'll put now several tips just at the level of the vegetables because they are eating now our black nightshade. They love black nightshade, and also they love the kales, the collard greens. They love it so much. So they have started eating it, but it's not a problem. That's just nature here. So I'll just put some tape at the lower level and then see if they'll also try and eat the vegetables. And because the heavy rains are back, so it means crops grow very fast during this time. So even our beans have started flowering, and the moment they start flowering, they'll produce beans and it will be done. So uh, also the groundnuts, they will grow very fast and we'll be covering them up on a weekly basis because the flowers will be coming up every single time. Every time you cover the flowers, more flowers come out. Yeah. So before I get out of the farm, let me harvest a few the spring onions and also some coriander that I'm going to use for our lunch and some also for our supper today. So for spring onions, it's very easy to maintain. When you harvest, just plant some more spring onions, but also because I'm consuming the spring onions very much, I think I need to add more spring onions on this section and also in between other vegetables so that I can always have spring onions here in the farm. And because I have some small coriander that are still growing, I can also uproot, but the easiest way to maintain your coriander and harvest for a very long period of time is by just plucking. When you pluck or you prune, they produce more leaves, but when you leave them, they tend to get older like these ones. Now they are now almost flowering, and when they start flowering, that's the end of your coriander. So for supper today we are preparing chapati and green grams. In Kiswahili we call ndengu. It is always the easiest because it's just preparing the dough early. Like right now it's around 4:30. So when I prepare the dough early, it will be easier for me to now make chapatis later on, like around 5 after 30 minutes. I always leave my dough for only 30 minutes. So here in Kenya, people prepare chapati in different ways. There are some that use hot water. There are some that prepare the dough without cooking oil. There are some that put sugar and salt. So for me, I just put some flour or flour, if you may call it that way. And then I add some cooking oil, some salt, some sugar. The reason why I add sugar in my chapati is because I take my chapati with also tea. So I always prefer when it is a little bit sugary. So some sugar, and then for me I use warm water, not cold, not hot, just warm water. And my chapatis always turn out very soft until even if let them stay for 2 days in my pot, they will just be soft. And according to me, the secret to a very good dough is just how you knead it. The more you knead it, the perfect the end product will be. For bread, for bread, dough for scones, dough for mandazi, and also dough for chapati. The process is just the same. The better you knead your dough, the better the results will be for your chapati or mandazi or your scones or your cake, not cake, or your bread. So, Malibu, utapika chapo. Ngoja niweke ikae kidogo, alafu ndio ukuje tupike. Niweke kapati, nifunike kidogo, alafu niweke. So I'm going to leave the dough to rest for around 20 to 15 minutes or even 30 minutes, and then I'll come back to now start making our chapatis. So let's also prepare our ndengu so that when the chapatis cook, when they are ready, also our stew is ready. So here in Kenya we take chapati with any stew. We can take chapati with beef stew, chicken stew, and some with bean stew or lentil stew or even green grams. So here we prefer, majority of the times we take chapati with beans or chapati with green grams. Ngoja nawapatia. Ngoja nawapatia. Nitengeneze kwanza. Ndio yako. Kuku sawa. My last first chapati. Basi mimi nakupikia tu kile. Oh yako. Sawa. Nimpea kubwa. Mimi ndo nilimpa hiyo kubwa. Map ya Kenya. Ni ya maila. Hapa imerudisha 1 meal. Sasa nampatia sai. Unasikia njaa? Unasikia njaa? Nampatia sai. Ni moto, nani atakuosha? Ngoja ipoe.
Tumekuwa na 5 shots on target.
Chapati yenu. Our dinner is ready, and so now it's time to serve and then take supper. So thank you so much for anyone or those who have watched this video till the end. You're super amazing. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for also all those who comment to my videos, like the videos. Thank you so much. Be blessed, and I will see you in my next video. For now, it's bye bye. Tumeweka chapati zetu. Thank you. Yeah, chapati yangu iko hapo.